Hi guys, so we're here today for Zach's annual IEP meeting, and just to get started, I want to have everyone introduce themselves just so we can refresh on who everyone is. I am Katie Keller, Zach's special education teacher.
I am Heidi Southwood, and I'm his general education teacher.
And I'm Ann, and I'm Zach's mother.
Okay, nice to meet you, and I don't know that you've met Mrs. Southwood, so.
I have at the beginning of the school year.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, that was the first
And
time.
here are the procedural safeguards.
Thank you.
If you want to look over those, and if you have any questions, you can talk to me about that.
Okay, I'll definitely take these home, yep.
And here is the draft IEP for both of you that I have came up with, and once we this end the meeting, and if we have any other questions, I can update it, and you'll have it sent home with Zach to get it finalized. So I just want to start off and talk about some strengths of Zach. He is a responsible student in the classroom, and when he is focused. There are times when he's unfocused, and that causes him to just not be as concentrated. He is always willing to participate, and his social skills this year have really increased. I think Miss Southwood has mentioned that a couple times with me as well.
Yeah, I feel like his social skills have really went up this year. I've seen him around school in the past years, and just seeing him in my class interact with the kids this year, I can tell a major difference. He always wants to be in group activities, which I feel like at the beginning of the year he might have been a little more shy, but I feel like he's definitely came out of his shell with the students, and I think that's really helped him in the classroom.
And I've noticed, when he is going into a different school year, he does get nervous until he gets to know everyone in his class with a new teacher. But I feel like this classroom and with your leadership skills, he's really opened up and all that.
Yeah. And he is at the 4th grade level in science, which is very good. But we do see some struggles in his math. I don't know if you see that at home as well, I'm sure. And sometimes he does have outbursts because he gets so frustrated with his math skills. So we've talked, and we have little cards for Zach, and he can use those and get a 5-minute break whenever he needs. So if he is feeling like he's down or he can't do it or something, he goes to her and she gets the aid, and they go take a 5-minute break, and he resets and comes back, and I think that it's really working with him.
Yeah. Every time he starts to have a meltdown or he begins to get frustrated, I do that, and then he comes back in the classroom and he's ready to go and ready to learn. Even if it is a topic that he does get frustrated about, it kind of just refreshes his mind, and he's ready to try it again.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that is, I know my husband and I, a concern at home, because when he does work on his homework, if he doesn't know how to do it, he's getting better, but he doesn't express that he's having problems very well. But he has socially been able to do that with us. So maybe we can implement some of those 5-minute breaks.
Yeah.
Maybe do a couple problems at a time, and then take a break, and then come back to it. So.
I feel that would be very beneficial for you guys to get through the homework even. And from this school year, we have taken the iLearn, but we haven't received his results on that yet. But last year, he did fall into the approaching proficiency level in English, math, and social studies for 3rd grade. But I think this year maybe he knew what to expect on the test and was more prepared for it, I feel. Did you think that as well?
Yeah, and before the test, I tried to prepare my students and talk about what they could expect on the test and how they could prepare for it if they wanted to. And I feel like just having the past experience in 3rd grade, they already kind of knew what the test layout was going to be, so that helped.
Yeah. So, do you have any concerns for Zach?
I do think just some more accommodations maybe that could accommodate him in the resource room maybe and in the general ed room. I know with a lot more students it is difficult for him to get that one-on-one, and I understand that, but maybe some different ways we could.
Yes, I think that we could implement some in there. So if you want me to, we can go over the daily accommodations. So We have in here the additional breaks, which we both have said that is really beneficial. He works best in a small group. Have you seen that in your room, any with him?
During math center times, we work in small groups. About probably 4 to 5 students are in each group.
Okay.
And I feel like he does a lot better in those small groups just because he is able to focus better and he doesn't feel so overwhelmed with, say, 20 students rather than 5 students. So I feel like those have helped. And we also focus on splash math. You've probably seen him come home with that.
Yes, he's mentioned it.
Yeah, and that focuses on the level that the student needs to be, and it focuses on the skills that they need to be working on, which has benefited him, I feel like.
Now that's just like a practice type thing, like to practice those skills that are
Yeah.
It's at his level.
It's at his,
Okay.
yeah.
Whenever he's working, it's not someone else's. It goes in order of how his learning is. So does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
He also, any equipment that he prefers, he can use. He can pick his seating that he likes. So sometimes, he likes to go in a certain area, and he really does work in that area. And I told him that if he doesn't, then we're going to have to take that away. So he has been provided with extra time as well on tests and just different things throughout the day that he might not be able to get done. These daily accommodations will also carry over into the iLearn accommodations, so that, that kind of, whenever he is using them daily, it's not just like, oh, we're not going to use them for the test. And I think that can really help with how he's performing on the test as well.
I think he'll really benefit from those.
Yeah, so I think that's really about it, unless you have any other questions or you need to throw in anything.
I know right now, but I'm definitely going to take this home, and my husband couldn't be here today, but I'm sure I can kind of fill him in on everything before we come back, and he'll be here on the next meeting.
And if we need to make any phone calls or anything or meet up again, we can before actually setting the final IEP. Okay, thank you for coming today.
Oh.